up, everybody? 12:01 in the Big E on a nice Friday. Hope you're doing well. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas with you. YouTube Trev getting us going here. And is that Frank's here?
Yeah.
Hey, Frankie. All right. I got something for you. I got something. Where is this? I've got the board. I asked for it. Oh, my God. Not Crack Pack. Oh, I can't find it. I'm sorry, Frank.
What did you want to do?
Oh, this. Oh. You can't hear it. There's no speaker in here, but Frank's here. He's him and Trevor going for a petit déjeuner, as the French would say. Where are you guys going?
I'm going to take him to Spinelli's.
It's all right.
First time.
Yeah.
Spinelli's.
Thank you for using Spinelli's instead. My Nono and Nona would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Italian Center Shop. You guys going to the West End one?
Yep, absolutely.
The cafe there is great.
Yeah, I've always walked right by it, and I'm like, man, everyone looks like they're just having a really good time.
They are. Frank, you're going to feel right at home.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be sweet.
It's going to be awesome.
Lots of great food there, and it'll be awesome.
Let's
food,
go. Good people, good times.
That's good.
That's what I like to say. All right, we're off and running. We're inside the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. Of course, the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. Buy one medium or large pizza, get the second 50% off. Also, game day specials, $5 off medium pizzas and $1 off tankards of Molson and Coors. We are going to be live on location March 27th for the pre and post game show. It's going to be lots of fun. And then Dusty and I are there for this version of the Oil Stream, the afternoon version, for lunch on the 26th. Going to hang out with Tony and Curtis and the crew there. They have a great simulator in the lounge, $20 an hour, best deal in the city. It's the Coors Light golf simulator at Boston Pizza Westgate. All right, now, so a lot to get to today.
Really?
I think so.
What do you want to talk? March Madness?
Feelings?
F1?
I'm just kidding. Lewis Hamilton's got the pole. First one for him with Ferrari.
I really enjoyed your guys' hangout talking about all the old school clubs. Do you remember Club Malibu the Morgue, or are you too young?
I didn't get to Club Malibu the Morgue or Senior Frogs. I did get to Globe. And then I think it was called Rock Stars at the end. And then they tore it down and built condo complex. A couple of buildings.
And we all know Iron Horse. Legendary.
I know Iron Horse.
Legendary.
And
Anyways.
what about a zoo car? I went there once.
It's still open, man.
Is it real? Shoulder shim there?
Yeah, Fridays and Saturdays. So I haven't been there in years, buddy. One of the last times I was there, I went with Pierdo.
Why am I not surprised?
I was doing the All Kings game.
Yep.
And then I went to the casino, and the Angelica was at a Sukar.
Yeah.
And my nephew, everybody was there. And they're like, come. And I'm
Luciano.
like, and me and Piersy went for a beer at the casino there at Rogers.
Yes.
And I'm like, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm going to the Spanish club because my girl and my family's there, and they're just having a good time. He's like, you mind if I come? I'm like, no, sure. It's the best night of his life.
Pierdo, former play-by-play guy for the Edmonton Oil Kings, now with the Oilers PR staff. Him and I had our first, like, not tiff, but where it's like, okay, I have to be Tom from Edmonton Sports Talk. He has to be Andrew from the Edmonton Oilers PR staff. And then we hugged it out when we saw each other in the press box the next time.
Yeah, no.
He's a great guy.
That was a good that was a good time. He had a really good time.
He likes to have a really good time. Great guy, Andrew Pearce. Shout out to him and Jamie Cartmel. Those Oilers, they were on the ice. Very limited amount of players that took the skate today. They had to go to DCA, Downtown Community Arena, because Hart is playing Rogers Place, and then the Oilers take on the Kraken tomorrow. Everett Fitzhugh will be on the Reed Wilkins show. I saw Everett yesterday. Dan Baalsma was up there in the press box as well. But we have a whole bunch of stuff to talk to. Obviously, the Oilers losing overtime 4-3 to the Jets yesterday, taking on... I know they're tied with Washington for top spot in the NHL, but to me, they've been the best team consistently post to post so far this season. Washington, I'm not taking anything away from them. They've had a great season as well, but the Jets have been excellent. Bit of a snag for the Jets lately, but overall still kicking ass, taking names and all that good stuff. Things are good in Winnipeg right now. Text us, 780-218-9999. Your thoughts, your questions. Also, get into the nasty chat, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's start with the most important issues when it comes to the Oilers. We did get an update today. They went for some imaging Draisaitl and McDavid did. What do we know?
Yeah, so the latest, and this is coming from head coach Chris Knobloch, neither McDavid or Leon Draisaitl will play tomorrow versus Seattle, at least a week before both of them or one of them returns. So some interesting times ahead for the Oilers. I don't think in their time together as the 1-2 combo have ever both missed time at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
And that sounds right.
So very interesting. Listen, it's tough, sure, but you'd rather it happen now than the last 2 weeks of the season. Because now you can take your time. I don't think the Oilers are going to fall off immensely. I mean, they're going to be in tough. It's going to be a collective group effort here to pick up some dubs for sure. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going on, and we still don't know what Connor McDavid's injury is.
They said lower body to us yesterday.
Yeah, so
a lot of people didn't believe it from the visuals of that Morrissey, but I don't think that's it if they're saying lower body.
So tough news for sure for the Edmonton Oilers, but they're in a good spot. I mean, they'd have to fall off a cliff here, Tommy. And right now, it sounds like at least a week. Hopefully, it's not anything longer, but this might do wonders for this team. Might is the key word there.
All right. It's going to be difficult, obviously. You get Seattle tomorrow. I think, where you're coming at with the it might do wonders for this team, like that's being optimistic.
Yeah, of course.
But where I get it when you say that is now you don't have those two to be your crutch. You don't even have one of those two to be your crutch. Don't. So the guys that are on the roster right now, and there are capable NHL players, yes, a lot of them are older, but these are guys who have performed at this level for a long time and looked engaged and played well and were drivers instead of passengers last night. You give them the reins against Seattle. And remember, when you look at the Oilers' schedule, they don't play till next Wednesday after tomorrow's game. So I could see one of those guys being back by Dallas.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point.
Right?
I missed that one. But yeah, after Saturday, they're off for a while. So.
Yeah, they've got a full 3 days, and then they play Wednesday. Then they play again the next night in Seattle on Thursday. They come home and play the Calgary Flames on Saturday. That's their week next week. So they're giving these guys this time. So I understand what you're saying. Now you're the coaching staff. You're looking at the guys that are healthy, and you're telling them, hey, good job yesterday.
Yeah.
We need this on Saturday. We trust you guys. You're going to be put into roles that you haven't played this season, maybe last season, but you have in the past. You might be familiar with power play, penalty kill, first line minutes, second line minutes. It's going to have to be a team effort.
Yeah.
There's no nuclear option tomorrow.
No.
Go and win it.
And look at the game yesterday. The Oilers were pretty good in that game. They had a few bad moments that led to goals, sure. But look at that third period, guys. They were really good. And when you heard McDavid, you're like, oh, where are they going to get this tying goal from? And they played really well. Podkolzin stepped up.
Yes.
Arvidsson stepped up.
Yes.
Nuge stepped up.
Henrique,
Brown.
Skinner.
Jeff Skinner. Like, everybody, took that extra step to say, okay, come on, boys, let's get this done. They took it to overtime. Unfortunately, a bad giveaway by Nurse. And I don't like the two defensemen in overtime. I
thought they played that a little bit too conservatively.
Yeah, just go for the win, man. Like you have enough skill still without those two big guys to win the game. I didn't like that you go out there and try to just hold on. Like that to me is chicken bleep hockey.
Well,
it is.
You have to respect the Jets too.
Sure.
Kyle Connor scored his 37th goal here. Where I'm saying they're too conservative was on that back check or coming back into their zone. It was like a 3-on-3 on the winning goal. You get Scheifele crosses with Connor. Just a standard classic way of attacking in hockey. Everybody knows that. But it worked. Like Arvidsson, him and Bouchard took their guys respectively, but it gave Connor enough time to get that shot off. I can't remember. I don't think it maybe ticked off a Nurse, but you maybe want that save from Picker. Regardless, it's Kyle Connor. The guy's going to score 40 to 45 goals this season. You can't give a guy like that time and space to get his release off. And he did. You still pick up the point. I think the term that Reed used yesterday on the post-game show is very appropriate for a descriptor for the Oilers game last night. Gutsy.
Yes. Yes, but Tom, my point, just to go back to the Oilers, they still lost.
They did still lose. Yes.
With that strategy.
Yep.
So, like, next time, just go for it, man. Go for it.
Let her rip. 2 defensemen and a forward. It was Wallman, Nurse, and Arvidsson out there.
And that's, like, it's even weird that Arvidsson was out with those 2 guys. Like, that to me is either Hyman or Nuge.
They had Hyman Nuge right before that.
No, I know. But if you're thinking of that, then maybe don't go with Hyman and Nuge. Go Nuge and Arvidsson.
Spread it out,
yeah,
you're saying.
Yeah. Listen, I'm being very I'm nitpicking right now, but I just didn't like it. So
the Latino Heat's coming out today and not last night. What's going on?
Well, because I thought they played a good game. I was impressed with their third period, Tom. I truly was. They were right there with the best team in the league without their 2 star players, and they were right there, man. Like, Oilers fans should not be upset at what happened last night.
Some are, but I think most people understand that was an okay result given the circumstance. Big Uke chiming in via the nasty chat saying, excellent time for the bottom 6 to buck up. That's a very fair point. This one from Hampton Steve, who texts in, says the Oilers should have a good enough team that they should still be able to beat Seattle. That Dallas game could be ugly if neither 97 or 29 are back by then. As long as the team is healthy for Vegas and the California trip, then they shouldn't fall too far behind those teams. Listen, I stand by, like, I understand what Hampton Steve's saying, but I stand by, I think, one of those 2 is back by Dallas, maybe even both. We shall see, because you think about it, from last night to Wednesday, that's almost a week. And if that's the time frame they're going to listen, and Chris Knobloch has thrown some deception at us this year when it comes to injuries, saying things aren't as bad as they seem. Hopefully that's not the case here.
Well, it's at least a week. So let's go to, it's Friday today. So that's 3 games. They could both be ready for Flames on Saturday next week.
I would want to see them against Dallas.
So that means 2 Kraken games, 1 Stars game, and the Oilers should still be fine against the Kraken. Seriously. And and listen, he said about Leon, they're going to be extra cautious. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is playoffs. Leon would be playing.
He would be.
Yeah.
The answer is yes, he would be.
So that's why I think Leon might be a little bit closer than Connor at this point, but we really don't know what Connor's injury is, so we'll have to wait and see.
Text us 780-218-9999. Gazzola and Salas with you on the Oil Stream. We're inside the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studios. Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen has their new value menu going right now, featuring the 5-piece nuggets, fried pickles, mini chicken wrap, mini chicken sandwich, and blackened cauliflower, all for $4 plus tax. These are perfect snackable items that can round out your favorite Popeyes meal.
Daniel K with a funny one. Derek Ryan, first line center, ? About time he gets his shot.
Oh, well, if you listen to Derek Ryan's interview the other day, sounds like he thinks he's good enough in prime time for top line minutes.
Todd Gack, God, Salos is a whiner. I don't know who Salos is.
Get Salos out of here. Salas,
who's whining? Why? Because I'm giving my opinion?
Keep Salas, get rid of Salos.
Who's this Salos fellow?
Who's this Salos indeed?
Salos, you there?
No answer. All right, keep those coming in.
I like how Joaquin's just over there.
Gager's in very good spirits. Yeah, he is. I think he's got F1 on the TV in the bullpen.
And he's talking to Brandon about it.
Brandon's too nice to be like, yo, man, no more F1. Okay, other things from yesterday. Stu Skinner has to leave the game, 5 minutes left. Wasn't happy about it. That comes from the concussion spotter. Yeah. We think he's going to be okay. Here is the list of guys who were scheduled to skate today. Max Jones, Kasperi Kapanen, Derek Ryan, Evander Kane, John Klingberg, Ty Emerson, and Troy Stetcher. So very limited. That tells me tomorrow's going to be a full morning skate instead of optional.
Do they call anyone up?
Well, the Condors don't have a lot of healthy bodies right now.
I swear this wasn't like, yeah.
And I can get into that because I've seen a few people last night on the nasty chat and in the inbox. We had people asking, what the hell's going on in Bakersfield? And I see a text that came in here. Who had it? Peter texted in yesterday, I think, and asking where Travis Dermott is. I have an update for you. Can I just get this Condors thing out of the way? Because you brought it up and like, do they call anyone up? So right now, from what I understand, Dermott and Josh Brown are not with the team. Their wives are expecting fresh bebés, as we like to say. So pregnancies.
Okay.
Roby Arventi he's recovering from major knee surgery, has dealt with knee issues still this year, and he's basically out for the year. Don't expect him to play.
Okay. Damage goods.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I don't know if he's coming back to North America next year. All right. What else do we have down in Bakersfield? Philp, his game last week apparently had a good week, but his game's been fluctuating a little bit lately. They've been riding. Drake is relying heavily on Cam Dineen and Connor Carrick. And Ollie Rodrigue and Colin Delia are holding the fort as best as they can.
Wow. Yeah, because you know what's weird, Tom? I was looking at their lineup the other day, and a lot of names where I was like, who are these guys? Like,
they're
like,
Groob's hurt. Lane Peterson out for the season, had a shoulder injury. I think required surgery. They have a ton of injuries. They're healthy, quote unquote, healthy guys are nicked up, and they're riding the veterans pretty hard right now.
Wow.
So, could they call someone up? Potentially, like Savoy, right? He would probably he's playing well. He continues to play well,
and he's their most skilled guy.
Yeah,
and with the two best players in the world out, it's probably the right choice because you don't really need a Noah Philp. You have enough of those guys.
Well, and if Philp's game is not there,
yeah, and there's really no one else out of those two. To be fair,
Hamlin, I heard, it's a little bit nicked up. Kajula, I think Kajula just broke his nose. Warriors, those guys. They're going out there and playing hard. So that's the latest out of Baco. And they're Colin Chalk, Keith McCambridge has those guys giving everything they have to scrape and claw their way into the postseason.
Yeah.
They have a chance.
It's gonna be interesting.
They're having a tough go of it, but they're trying to make it work. And yes, there's a lot of guys on that roster that you'd be like, who the hell is that?
Who's going to step up for the Oilers? That is the question.
That's the big question.
Give me a name. Janmark?
Oh, don't kid yourself. Seth Griffith, by the way, has been playing really well for them. I forgot Seth Griffith.
Yeah, he might be a call up too. But like you said, they're just getting by with enough players to play, so it's probably not doable right now for the Edmonton Oilers because they got 12 guys, right? They don't really need to call anyone up.
And if they can get through, there you go. There's your Bakersfield Condors update. Ties into the Oilers because, like, should they call up Savoy? Or should they trust this group that they have that is healthy right now to get you a win against the Seattle Kraken? The Kraken, by the way, falling off the pace in the Western Conference, 65 points through 70 games, 5-4-1 in the last 10. Seattle has a 14-20 record away from Climate Pledge Arena. It's tough sledding for the Kraken. They just traded Tanev away. They traded Bjorkstrand. They traded Yanni Gourde back to Tampa. So I think they're just mopping up what's been a tough season in Seattle. Like, we're watching St. Louis take over second wildcard spot, 2 points up on Calgary, 1 point up on Vancouver. The Blues have played 2 more games than the Flames and 1 more than the Canucks. I would prefer, I'll be honest with you, I want to see Calgary get that last wildcard spot.
Me too. I think they've, listen, a lot of people have counted them out.
I counted them.
Yeah, they're playing with some oomph right now. And once they get in the playoffs, for me, they're a team. They're like, hey, we knew we could get here. No one thought we would. They're playing with house money, man. They're gonna go out there and be so loose, and they're gonna create a ruckus. And if St. Louis makes it, you know what we're gonna hear about. In Vancouver, I mean, that was a hell of a game, but for Calgary, unfortunately, they all got points.
Yes.
Right?
Worst case scenario.
And Utah won as well, so they're not going away either. But so it's going to be an awesome battle. Same within the East. Now you got Ottawa, Montreal on the 2 wildcard spots. With the Rangers there, Columbus chasing. It's going to be fun, man.
6 Canadian teams in the playoffs this year would be a delight.
Oh, it'd be awesome. It would be amazing.
Make it so.
It'd be late Edmonton Oilers playoff game.
We already know this.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the sun's up till 10:30. Just one game on the schedule today. Pittsburgh versus Columbus, by the way. All right, text
That's
us.
weird, eh?
Yeah, it is. And they had the 2 games on Tuesday. Or pardon me, Wednesday. It was odd.
Very odd.
Yeah, it's a very condensed schedule. The Oilers have 9 games in April. They still have a bunch this month, but that's what happens when you take 2 weeks off. Hit us up, 780-218-9999. Get to the nasty chat as well. We want to hear from you. Your thoughts going into tomorrow night's game against Seattle. Are you concerned with McDavid and Draisaitl being out a week? As Chris Knobloch described it, they went for imaging today. I think we're going to see Draisaitl by Wednesday. And then we'll see what they do with Connor McDavid. Maybe they let him. Do you like this strategy of giving these guys time to rest and recuperate and their bodies allowed to heal like they did with Ekholm? They gave him 2 weeks. He's looked good, I think. Draisaitl, like you're hearing, he could play if they need him, but they're saying, get healed up. Let your body rest. Same thing for McDavid. Do you like this strategy?
I do. I truly do. I think it's smart. These guys have played a lot of hockey. Obviously, there's something there, but this might be just a little like a blessing in disguise for both these guys. Get a week off, possibly more. As long as the team can keep their head above water without them and win games and maintain their pace to finish first in the league, then I think the more success this team has without them, they'll probably say, okay, we can take an extra game here. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
So, I don't see it as a horrible thing because it doesn't seem like any is long-term, but they're getting some good rest here for the final stretch and then getting ready for the playoffs. So, again, it's unfortunate your 2 best players are out, but I think the team can handle it. They're going to be in tough against Dallas, sure, but against Seattle, Tom, there's no excuses.
I agree. You have to win that game.
And listen, it's time for Stuart Skinner to step up, steal some games for them, or Calvin Pickard, whoever you want.
I think Skinner has been good the last couple starts. Pickard's been good. I think there's some encouraging signs. We're starting to see them find confidence. We're seeing the group play better in front of them.
Yeah. So let's go. This is fun.
Tango texting in via the nasty chat. Tango says, my son gets to go to his first game tomorrow. No McDavid, no Draisaitl.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad. But, on the bright side, he still gets to see Nuge, who's an Oilers legend. A win. It's going to be awesome, Tango. You get to see the new guy, Wallman. You think Skinner gets a start tomorrow?
No.
Yeah, because
I don't know. I think they might go with Pickard.
Really? I'd be okay with either.
Well, you go to Skinner tomorrow. There's 3 days fully between games. You go back to Skinner on Wednesday against Dallas, then Pickard on Thursday night. Yeah, because they're doing that weird. Here's an example of the weird schedule. So they play here to wrap up the 4-game homestand against Dallas. Fly that night into Seattle, play Seattle the next night. I guess you gain an hour, but it's kind of, and then they come right back home to face the Flames on Saturday, pardon me.
Yeah, I can see it that way. Max Bezzuza says, who's going to hold it down? It's Connor Brown. Oof.
Maybe. There were some people giving him flack for shooting on that 2-on-1. You remember which one I'm talking about? And Hellebuck made, he got the glove up there. Brown wanted to go upstairs. He had Henrique with him and decided to look him. I think the D-man played it well. Yeah. Maybe a low shot for the rebound.
Connor Brown is he's a guy that, who can we compare him to, Tom? Like a guy that always gets good looks, but he just doesn't have the finish right now. Or maybe he's not that kind of player. He's not a finisher, obviously, Tom. But who is similar to him? Because the Oilers have had a lot of guys that skate well, can get open, they just can't finish.
Joe has a couple things to say. Joe says that 2-on-1 shot was really nice. It was labeled. Also, Stuart Skinner couldn't shut the door on a California closet.
Oh, come on.
See what you did there. I see what you did there. Let's go to Hampton. Oh, no, Hampton Steve already said that. Troll, as I refresh our inbox, says, impressive to see a young guy like Holloway step up for the Blues. I wish the Oilers had drafting and development like that. This is a troll. Also adds, I hope Leon doesn't miss too many games. I want him to get 50 and win the Rocket. He should win the Hart as well, but McKinnon is a Canadian, so he probably has it locked up.
Damn, I didn't even think of that, Tawny. Gonna hurt the point totals. He'll get 50.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not even a question. Dwight Struett says, Toby Reeder? You sure? Comparing him to Connor Brown.
Oof.
Well, he never scored. Though.
Too soon.
Joachim Nygaard?
Joachim Gaetan Haas.
Because Joachim could skate like the wind.
Yes.
But he didn't do anything with it.
Correct.
Okay.
Very true.
I like Gaetan Haas.
Oh, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Gaetan Haas, Johan Ovitu.
Johan Ovitu, the most interesting man in...
Johan Ovitu was great to talk to. Very interesting guy. Very interesting. From France.
And he wasn't bad.
No, but he's just...
He was a 6th defense.
I think his wife was from Russia, spoke 7 languages.
Yeah. Didn't he speak like 4 languages? I'm pretty sure he did.
I just said 7.
No, you said his wife.
His wife's from Russia.
Oh, okay. You're saying, okay. I thought you said his wife speaks 7 languages. Sorry, Tom.
No, it's all good.
I got to clean my ears.
No, it's all good. You're old, as you put it.
I am losing my hearing.
No, you're not. Doesn't sign text guy says, play Seattle twice in the next week. Call up nobody. Ride Arvidsson, Nugent Hopkins, and Podkolzin. Hyman, Rico, and Arvidsson. Let them get confidence. Do you have faith in that? Because I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, you're going to have to. I mean,
That's why they're here.
Yeah. Like, this is Rico time. Connor Brown. Yeah, that the Nuge line's been really good. That becomes your number 1 line right now, right? Kapanen's going to have to step it up. Corey Perry, just keep doing what you're doing. Max Jones, outside of his first 2 games, he's kind of fallen off. Not really noticeable outside of bad penalties. He's going to have to step up. Derek Ryan, like you said, very confident in his skill set.
Did you hear his press conference?
Yes, I did. So, all right. I want to see it, DR10.
Okay.
Hey, man, if you can't have confidence in yourself.
I like the confidence, but it was just like, all right.
Jeffrey Skinner.
Hey, 2 goals last night. People were pointing out last night on the post-game show, because we were I forgot to mention Jeff Skinner on a couple of instances. And people were like, hey, how about the guy that scored 2 goals tonight? Let's not kid ourselves. The second one was...
Yeah. He didn't even
know if he put it in.
Yeah.
He's like, did I score? I don't know. They gave it to him. And we were talking up in press row. It's like, hey, did they change that to McDavid's goal yet? No. And we looked in the second period. Nope. Hadn't changed it. Third period, final game sheet. They always go back and they review these things. It must have just bounced off of his stick or touched him at some point as Ehlers swept it past his own goalie. So it was his 12th and 13th goals of the season last night. But that's good. It's confidence. You go to the right areas. You get a goal. Shooting it from distance, a knuckle puck gets through Connor Hellebuck. Good. Keep it going. He'll have 15 by the end of the year. Could he get to 20, Hernan?
Ooh.
Could he catch fire? What if he does catch fire and he becomes this year's Michael Pekka?
That'd be amazing.
What if it happens? Never say never.
It could happen.
Let's get to the inbox here and the nasty chat. Ethan via the nasty chat says Connor Brown for $1 million with 24 points and a key PKer this year has been a good value for the Oilers. Also, Max Bazuzu says, who's going to have a good week? It's Adam Henrique. Good rhyme there from Mex. Blixer says they should call up Kemp to get another D to play forward for a bit. LOL. That's good. They got him. Remember, they called him up as kind of not an emergency thing, but just kind of to have another body around just in case. They played him in Montreal. He played like 2 shifts, had him up at forward. He's banged up right now as well. Good pull, though, Blixer. Good pull. I respect that. Smitty the Welder says, was Skinner's stick right there? Sure was. He caused that goal. Okay. I like Smitty, though. I met Smitty the Welder when he came in last week.
Yeah.
Good dude. And I like how he mixes it. I get Smitty the welder now. I get it.
Yeah.
And I like it.
We
don't stop.
We argue a lot, but it's fun. It's good. It's respectful. Solby Kirk says, Pekka, good reference. How about Samsonov?
That was a sneaky good pickup for Marty Reasoner.
Remember when he set up Hemmer in Game 6
Beautiful
against Detroit for the game winner?
Beautiful goal. Kelvin says, need to call someone up so they can sit Skinner. Also adds, nothing would make me happier than the Flames getting in and knocking off the Jets. LOL.
I am, I'm going to say my hot
doesn't want
takes.
the Flames to get in.
Yeah, I just, why not, man? My boy EJ at the Elks, the Flames fan.
Yes, he is.
And this is why I want
a Calgary guy.
This is why I want him to get in, because he's been so down on this team all year, and I keep saying, bro, all they do is win.
Mm-hmm.
They're right there, and he's just. But when they get in, I got some bragging rights.
Troll is backing you up. Troll says, I thought TG was saying his wife knew 7 languages as well.
It's just
Maybe
the way you
she
said
does.
it.
Yeah, I kind of, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Disjointed. I apologize.
It's okay.
Okay, let's go to DK. Sparks says, I must have been having a mental breakdown. What's he going to do tonight? What are we talking about here? I can bet the Oilers have 3 guys on the ice because he still calls Leon and Connor to go. Only thing he knows how to do. Oh, talking about Knobloch. KK.
Now he's really going to have to come up with something.
Let those old dogs run. Library Pat. Given all of the adversity yesterday and the opponent, getting the Bettman point is a reasonable result. Once you're in OT, you always hope to get both points, but they played pretty well in the third, except for the dumb penalties, Nurse and Perry. That's from Library Pat. The Perry one, you don't need to get your stick in there with Ehlers. Now, did Ehlers do like a somersault flip circa NHL 99? He wormed. They got bit for it. The PK was really good. The 5-on-3 killed it off. And that's the best power play in the league you're going up against. PK has been much better lately.
5-on-3 too for what?
A minute 4?
Yeah. So they did and that 5-on-3 didn't do anything.
No.
Like they did an excellent job. Good for the PK. Power play kind of killed momentum for them for most of the night, Tommy. They just seemed disjointed there without Draisaitl, to be honest.
Of course.
Now, yeah, it's going to be fun to see what they do. But, yeah. Interesting times in Oilers land. Any other team lose their 2 stars this year, Tom? I'm trying to think.
Who's been without their stars? Well,
Vancouver lost Quinn Hughes for a handful of games, but was Pettersson in? JT Miller at the time, maybe when he took when he was
when he stepped away. Yeah.
Quinn Hughes, maybe that's the only one.
I'm just going through the Oilers penalty kill. It goes 4 for 4 last night against the best power play in the league. It was 3 for 3 against Utah, 3 for 3 against the Rangers, 3 for 3 against the Islanders, 3 for 3 against the Devils, 2 for 2 against the Sabres. So it's gone 6 games without giving up a goal.
It's good. Very good.
A little blip on the radar was the 1 for 3 night against Dallas. And the prior 2 games, 100%. So in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games, they've allowed 2 power play goals against. And it all happened in 1 game against the Dallas Stars. So the PK is waking up as of today. Looking at the stats, the PK had risen to 22nd going into action yesterday. Goes 4 for 4 last night. PK is now still not great, but has crept up to 18th at 77.5%.
It's good compared to where they were.
Well, they slipped as far as like 26th a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we'll see. What say you? 780-218-9999. Get to the nasty chat as well. It's the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas with you as we cruise along this afternoon. We do need to get to Keep It or Clip It, and we would highly encourage you to play along. Text us. I am ready to get into Keep It or Clip It. Of course, brought to you by Tommy Gunn's Original Barber Shop. Great place to go and get your haircut because they believe a great haircut is more than just a quick in and out. It's about the whole experience. That's why they follow the code, a commitment to deliver the best barbershop experience every time you visit. From check-in to the finishing touch, every step is crafted with care. No appointments needed. Just walk in, relax, and we will take it from there. All right, keep it or clip it. Hernan and everybody listening and watching, this is for you. Join in on this. I want to hear what people have to say. We saw the Oilers on the power play. We were discussing how discombobulated they were.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. They go 0 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have McDavid. You don't have Draisaitl tomorrow. So keep it or clip it. Evan Bouchard and Jake Wallman should be on power play 1 tomorrow.
Keep it.
Why?
Because you just said that the two best players on the power play are not there anymore. Simplify it. Don't go with 4 forwards. Nuge, Hyman, and then pick Arvidsson or Skinner or whoever you want.
What about Perry?
Perry, sure. And then you got your 2-point guys, 2 threats when it comes to shots. And then you're not prone to also getting shorthanded 2-on-1s or breakaways set on you. So,
well,
I mean,
when
because
Bouchard's out there.
Yeah, especially. So I would try it. They did it when McDavid was out. They went with 2 defensemen and the 3 guys. So now you don't have McDavid who circles the zone. His entries are amazing. You have Draisaitl who's just a bull. He works the boards.
Yep.
He's just fantastic. You don't have that now. So it's going to be very simple. Get the puck, get it to the point, put shots on net, traffic, and all that. So I say keep it.
So we're going to see more traditional power play, and you're keeping Bouchard and Wallman on PP1.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'd keep it too. You go to more of a standard power play like you said. I think you summed it up really nicely. You don't have the creativity and the speed of McDavid. Your zone entries, I think they would probably slingshot it to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who has been playing better of late. That is worth noting. And then you go more to an umbrella-style power play.
And potentially, Tom, we could see 2 power play units.
I think we probably will.
And the second one can be Nurse and Ekholm because they always play together. And then you got your other 3 forwards.
So you got 14, 25. And then who do we think we'd see on there?
Okay, let's go Hyman, Nuge, and let's go Hyman, Nuge, and Skinner for now. And then on the second one, Perry's the net front presence, Arvidsson, and probably Rico.
And you're going Wallman and Bouchard on power play 1. Okay, so and then you're going Nurse and Ekholm power play 2 on the point. Henrique,
Perry, and Arvidsson. I should be the coach of this team.
You should be.
Can we send those to Knobloch, please?
He's already got them. I'll tell you who sent them to him. Stoff Bobber. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. What say you? 780-218-9999. I'll keep Bouchard and Wellman on power play 1. Simplify. Get through this game. I'm looking at the stats for teams on the PK. Seattle, not great. 77.1%. That is in Edmonton's range. They're 21st as of today with just the 1 game on the schedule. Did we get any responses to that? For keep it or clip it?
Let me see. Penner's Pancake says, hopefully it is simplified tomorrow. Puck on net, greasy rebound, exactly like Hyman's goal last night. Kelvin says, clip it. Ekholm and Bouch. And C-Run says, Arvidsson has a hell of a shot. Get him shooting. Perry, Hyman down low. Well, but you can't have 2 guys screening the goalie. You know what I mean?
Can Perry be a half-wall guy? Or is that time past?
I think it's past.
Did he ever was he ever half-wall or was he always net?
He might have been in his early days because he was so skilled, right?
He's very smooth,
and Smitty the Welder says, I keep it.
Smitty likes it. He's keeping it. Troll says, is Wallman a better option than the Viking on power play 1? Ekholm has scored a couple times. Yes. Ekholm has 3 power play goals. Did he get one against, was that his 4th the other night against Utah? Or was that an even strength goal?
I think that was even strength.
Okay. And then, I'm looking up Wallman here.
Yeah, just have a look at Wallman. He's got a booming shot. He moves the puck well. If you want to go Ekholm and Bouch, sure. And then Wallman's Nurse.
Wallman does not have a power play goal this season.
Okay. In fairness, he was on a really bad team, so.
He certainly was. All right, keep it or clip it. Trent Frederick will suit up for the Oilers before McDavid and or Draisaitl.
I'll clip it. Frederick's not even skating.
Correct.
So I think the timeline Chris Johnson had is more accurate than the other ones we saw, which was 2-3 weeks, because we're at 3 weeks today. And over 3 weeks since he's been acquired, because he wasn't acquired on the 7th. He was acquired on the 5th.
Yes.
So we're already 3 weeks in? Yeah.
Not quite.
No.
Because today's the 21st.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Bad.
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks, and he still hasn't hit the ice. So that's why I'm kind of like, he's not close. I hope I'm wrong. I really want to see this guy play, but I just don't know, man.
Those damn ankles, man.
They're tough.
Cass, Belzy, they all say you don't know. You'll feel great one day, go out for a skate, then the next day it'll just be in pain.
Yeah.
I'm going to clip it. I think McDavid and Draisaitl. I think Draisaitl's back by Wednesday. I'll reiterate that. McDavid may be a little bit longer, but I can also say this. I don't think we can trust Chris Knobloch's timelines that he gives us.
No.
Remember, I go back to Victor Arvidsson. He'll be fine day to day. We expect him back soon. 15 games later, he makes his return. All right, let's move on here. Keep it or clip it. This came in from Zacticum when I went around and canvassed the crew here at EST. Oilers fans should want the team to get first place in the Pacific.
Keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Home ice all throughout. You get the wild card. Not saying it's going to be easier, right? Because there's always one upset. And a lot of those teams play with house money. So, but yeah, it'd be nice for the Oilers to win the division. It's been so long.
1987?
Holy smokes. That's unreal, eh? It truly is.
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty telling. Well, the decade of darkness was bad, okay? 5 times in a row now they finished second in the Pacific. Vancouver surprised everybody last year. For whatever reason, the Golden Knights find a way every year. They're right there again. This is a chance for... I think Edmonton probably would have won the Pacific Division in 1920 if it weren't for COVID.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think they were cruising along. They were just starting to ramp up. I think they took first in the division or right there, right before the stoppage. I obviously will keep fans should want them to finish first. Finish as high as you can. Now, don't empty the tank. And I could confidently say it doesn't seem like the Oilers are willing to empty the tank. And what I mean by that is run Draisaitl ragged, run McDavid ragged, run Ekholm ragged. I think they're being methodical about this. But I think fans should want the team to finish first. I think there's a point of pride. And then to finish the thought about the team and the last time it finished first in 87, if I remember correctly, back when it was the Smythe division.
The Smythe.
Yeah. They were bad in the 90s, not 91 and 92. They went to the conference finals those years. 4 years out of the postseason, Cujo era. They go back-to-back second-round appearances. Miracle first rounds against Dallas, obviously, and then the next year against Colorado. Both 7-game series, and they get trounced in 5 by the Avs in 97 and by the Stars in 98. Then they go on this 5-year run where they face the Stars every single year. 2000, 2001, Joaquin Gage was on that team. Their best finish in years. They finished 6th in the Western Conference. Who do they get? The Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
They lose that one in 6, and that was their best chance.
And that was pre-salary cap.
Pre-salary cap.
They couldn't really compete with the big boys, even though they did. But in terms of they'd upset first round, but then they'd get crushed in the second round.
Yeah.
It was just because money-wise, they couldn't compete.
No. They had, I think, half the salary or somewhere around there of some of the teams in the NHL. So they missed the playoffs 03-04, lockout 04-05, comeback, salary cap era, what was it, like $36 million. Make the trade for Pronger, get Pekka, get all these guys, Samsonov, Dick Tarnstrom, Rolison,
Spacek.
Jaroslav Spacek. Stoll has his NHL awakening. Hemsky has a great year. Horkov has a great year. Torres has a good playoffs. Pisani goes on a miracle run. Jason Smith is a dog.
With Chris Pronger.
What a pair. Pronger, yeah. Steos is good.
Steady Steve.
Yeah. And they got Ryan Smith in there. And they go to the Cup final, but they just snuck into the playoffs. Then the next year, the Ryan Smith trade happens. I think they were in 6th around that time, and the wheels fall off. That kickstarted the decade of darkness. You'll recall the next year, the first year of Gagne and Robert Nielsen and Andrew Cogliano, Dustin Penner. They made a late push and almost made the postseason.
Glencross was on that.
Curtis Glencross, that was a great pickup from Columbus. Then the next year, 08-09, they actually had a very decent season up until about 20 games left. They were in 6th place, and the wheels fell off again.
Yeah.
And then the next year, Pat Quinn comes in. It's the time to rebuild, and they finish 30th, and they bring in Taylor Hall, and Jordan Eberle plays his first year. They have Magnus Pajärvi, Omar, people had hopes for, and
so much
Happy
hope.
Boulin, and that was just a bad team as well.
Happy Boulin. Yeah, you almost forget he was part of the Oilers.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Different cat.
And the decade of darkness was extended because they got the one playoff year, and then the next year, everybody picked them to win the cup, and they missed the next 3 years.
That's the Chiarelli trading all their veteran players.
Oh, what a...
Like, I know we're looking back now, but this is going to the discussion about the winning the division thing. That's why it's been so long. 17-18. Who would you have rather had? Benoit Pouliot or Jujhar Khaira? Playing in like a third line role.
For me, Benoit Pouliot.
Yes.
Okay.
As flawed as his game was.
Yeah.
Veteran player. Gave you 15 goals a year. Was fast, penalty killer. Took stupid offensive zone penalties at the worst times. But was still a generally responsible NHL player.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going, all right, we're going to trade you, get you out of here, buy you out. We're going to put Jujhar Khaira, Anton Slepyshev, Drake Caggiula to fill the gap. And it blew up in their face. Matt Benning. Matt Benning goes in, more responsibility. So you get rid of veteran D-men. How did that work out?
Yeah.
Not well.
A lot of bad decisions, man.
Yeah.
A lot of bad decisions. Bringing in Petrovic and Manning.
Well, I'm completely biased to Petch because he's a family friend.
But at least
that wasn't his fault. He started the year with the Dallas Stars this year.
No, that's what I mean. That was on Chiarelli. Petro at least was good here, where Manning was not good.
That was dumb.
Yeah.
That was panic mode.
Yeah.
You're going to bring in the guy who is a borderline NHL defenseman because you felt you needed to shake things up. You're going to bring in the guy who took out your superstar number one player in the world a couple of years prior.
Then you have
what are you thinking?
Strome Spooner.
You didn't even give Strome a chance.
No, you didn't.
That became Gagne again, by the way.
Teddy Purcell.
Teddy was gone by then. Great guy.
He was good here. I didn't mind Teddy Purcell.
No, he was fine, but they moved on from.
No, a lot of bad decisions, and then Kenny Holland, for as much hate as he takes, he came in and he had to take over a team that had a lot of flaws. And hey, listen, in 5 years, he said Stanley Cup. He was one game away from getting it done. So,
in a season where he was minimized in his role.
Exactly. So, man, what a roller coaster. But it is interesting. Since 1987, Tom.
Yeah, dog.
Holy smokes. That's
pretty sure 87.
No, I think you're right. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. They've never won the division since then.
Yep. I have one more keep it or clip it.
Okay.
Keep it or clip it. This situation that the Oilers are in now will be good for the team in the long run.
I'll keep it.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That old mantra.
And hey, you win a couple of games. Hey, we can do this with O'Connor 97 and going nuclear. Hey, look at us. We're good hockey players too. We can produce. I think this is, like I said, I think this might be a blessing in disguise for this team. They're going to come together. And the boys that are out are going to be there supporting them and helping them out in any way they can. But all right, let's go. It's time for Nuge and all the boys to step up. Everybody's had a down year outside of maybe 3-4 guys on the Oilers. This is your opportunity to turn that around. Why not? If I was on the Oilers and I was one of the forwards, I'd be stoked right now.
Go get it. You're going to get more minutes. relied upon like you were with previous teams. He was looking at you, Connor Brown, Adam Henrique, Jeff Skinner, Victor Arvidsson, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, obviously.
And you know why?
Zach Hyman.
You know why, Tommy?
Tell me why.
Because come playoffs times, not all these guys are going to be in the lineup. So now is your time to show Chris Knobloch and the coaching staff what you can bring, and so you can be slotted into one of the 12 slots come game one. Because they all want to be in there.
Yes, they do.
So it's time. Let's go.
That was Keep It or Clip It, brought to you by Tommy Guns, Original Barbershop. Let's go to the inbox. We've got a couple of minutes left. Troll says, as an Oilers fan living in Calgary, watching them let Glenn Cross walk only for him to become one of the Flames' best players and torch the Oilers every time he played them was painful. Yeah, that was a bad decision. Troll also adds, I'll never forget that save Curtis Joseph made in Game 7 versus Dallas right before Marchand scored. Yep, that was wild. And then there was another save in 98 on, I think it was Rene Corbet, where he was like sliding, he scrambled, gave the puck away, slid back in, diving save with the stick.
God, he was good.
Yeah, he was awesome. Baggio says, Baggio, hey, oh, bapa boopy, says Chiarelli was COVID to the Oilers. Raj says, remember when they signed the tiny guy Petrov? I think then he wasn't even eligible. Ha, classic bad management, Raj. That was Kachev.
That was funny.
He was interesting. He was itty bitty.
Oh.
Kachev. And I remember they had to grab Yakupov to translate for him. And Yak's English wasn't even all there. And I looked at Yak and he's like, I don't know.
They were just laughing.
They were just giggling like two kids. And one guy's like 18, the other guy's 19 or 20. Kachev. He has gone on to have a decent career in the KHL. Norman Combine says, let them play. Bottom six needs to wake up, play to their potential, carrying his 20-liter water bottle around to stay hydrated. Who was that was carrying a 20-liter water bottle around? Collingwood Rob texting in says, I think if the Oilers played in 1920, they would have destroyed everyone. Yes, I meant the 2019-2020 season. Haha, Collingwood Rob. Haha. And then Raj says, yes, Kachev. Thanks. All right, Nancito, what's coming up on EST Afternoons
DVD.
with you? Oh, that guy.
And Zach to the future. And, of course, we'll continue to break down the news of the day. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl out for at least a week. So keep it locked.
Give me a hot take for tomorrow.
Keep it locked.
Give me a hot take for tomorrow.
Oilers win 4-1.
All right, play that music, Zach to come. Coming up next, EST Afternoons with Gager and Nancito and Zach to come too. Thank you to everybody who texted in, everybody who got into the nasty chat. If you're listening on iHeart, TuneIn, of course, EdmontonSportsTalk.com's audio player. We appreciate you. For those who watched us, you're the best. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. That's going to do it for me. Have a good one, everybody. See you tomorrow.